Hey there, garden fans, and welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. Happy New Year 2017. I hope it's been good so far, and I hope you have a good, abundant year. In keeping with my goals-based attitude, I wanted to share with you some of the goals that I have for 2017 for myself and for this homestead. And just like last year, we'll assess later and see if I hit the mark. Enjoy the journey. Alright, garden fans, my first goal for the year is to increase my perennial abundance and diversity back here in the yard. On 2,000 square feet, we're currently growing 10 different variety of fruit tree. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm going to go ahead and cram a couple more fruit trees back here. I'm going to be adding pomegranate, apricot, and sea berry. I didn't have good luck with sea berry last year. I'm going to go ahead, give it another shot, bite the bullet, and buy a couple of plant starts. I think because sea berry has a lot of potential here in Zone 8, and we'll just find that out together. Along the plant diversity lines, I'm going to practice an annual crop rotation. So a lot of the vegetables that we grew last year, we are not going to grow this year, just to try to help break the pest cycle that we have here on site. Basically, we're going to be growing less tomatoes and probably more peppers, just an example. Also, along those annual growing lines, I'm excited and was motivated to try to grow a poison garden. So I've got a Zone 1 area here where I'm going to be growing things like foxglove, castor bean, poppies, and maybe even some hemlock. So keep in touch for the poison garden. My second true goal for the year is to fix some problems that I have here on site. And I want to explain what I mean here. I've got a peach tree. It's been here since I moved in. It's 3 years old, gotten really thick, really established. It really likes the location. The problem I have with it is that the pests like it just as much as I do, and I've only ever been able to harvest about 25% of the fruit set off of this tree. So, to fix this problem, I'm going to learn a little bit of grafting technique this year, and I'm going to apply it here on the homestead, just get some practice grafting. I have some plums here in the back that aren't as susceptible to pests, and they taste pretty good. So I know that I can graft stone fruits together. One of my goals is to, once again, try my hand at some grafting. Another failure here on site that I want to fix is my acid guild here underneath this pine tree. I grow my blueberries here, and they just have failed to thrive. And really, I hadn't done my part to keep them wet and watered throughout our dry, hot summers, which is just fine. It's given me an opportunity to learn and expand my learning and learn about some invasive, wild, edible perennials that I can grow here. So I'm going to be putting some autumn olive in place of these blueberries, and we'll see how they go. Once again, I think autumn olive is a good perennial edible for Zone 8, and we can find out together. My third goal of the year is to try to create more habitat for the native wild pollinators here in my zone. I'm going to create some mason bee nests, some stingless bee nests. I'm going to be planting all types of pollinating flowers and herbs to draw in these bees, these butterflies, and create for them a safe space, if you will, where they can come, feed, help my garden, and I maybe help them by giving them a safe place to stay and thrive. My fourth goal is a fun one. I know most of you know we live in the suburbs, real small, tight space with a lot of the cookie cutter houses. I've been pretty adamant as of yet to grow any fruit trees in my front yard, but I'm going to go ahead, break protocol this year, bite the bullet, and create a whole guild of edibles here in my front yard. I'm going to start very slowly here in the corner of my property. I'm going to have a rainwater catchment that comes off of the garage here and waters an apricot tree, a persimmon, a autumn olive, and some elderberry. I'm just going to have a mixed planting here on the corner of my house. Currently, we got a dwarf peach tree here that doesn't really produce that well. My last goal for the year is very similar to last year's goal, and that's just to be more community oriented. I've had a lot of fun at Locklear's farm. It's going to be fun to see that project develop. And I had a lot of fun meeting other YouTubers last year. Ian at Lolita's Garden, great, awesome guy. Dan over at the James Prigioni channel, thanks for having me over, guys. I plan on reaching out to more of you, the community, the YouTube gardeners. So keep your lines of communication open. I just might be coming to make a visit to you this year. I appreciate y'all watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, God bless. Happy New Year.